2017. Please stand while Mr. Jordan offers the invocation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
A parable of the raft invocation. Among the symbols of Buddhism, we find a fondness for floating things, especially rafts. These yana, it is said, must be made by oneself from whatever one finds on the shoreline, and then launched onto unpredictable waters to bring seekers to a new place. Here at Lawrenceville, we share just such a tradition as you seniors complete this special crossing, each in your particular way. All the rafts vary greatly in the things that they bring, some bearing javelin push poles and lacrosse sticks, others with instruments played at the bow, and still others sporting proud periwig sails pushed along by dynamic winds. The Buddhist raft teaching goes on to explain that these vessels can come in two kinds, the Hinayana, or single, and Mahayana, or multi-passenger varieties. As true Lawrenceville boatsmen, you have traveled both ways, making waves with the first in pursuit of your goals, and rejoicing with friends on the other. In what spirit, then, shall we send you off today with your bobbing boats full to the brim? There is an apt Buddhist image of a ferryman who always works for the well-being of others. And so, as you prepare for your great going forth, we offer the following prayer. May you be an island for those seeking shelter, and a friend to the many who need one. May you be a boat and a bridge for yourself and for others while crossing great bodies of water.
You may be seated. Mr. Carter, Mr. Jordan, Rabbi Levy, students, faculty, staff, trustees, alumni, and especially families of the class of 2017. It's a pleasure to gather with all of you on this momentous occasion to celebrate both the achievements of this remarkable group of graduates and also to recognize the guidance and nurture they have received from their teachers, coaches, and housemasters, some of the finest educators I've ever had the privilege to call colleagues. We often take a moment at these threshold moments, these ritual passages, to pause and to reflect. So allow me to open with a thought. In his book entitled Collapse, historian Jared Diamond analyzes factors that led to spectacular failures of various human communities throughout history. From Easter Island to the Soviet Union, from the Mayans of the Yucatan to the Carthaginians of North Africa. Apparently, for example, the remote Norse settlement of Greenland, beginning in AD 984, led a hard-scrabble existence while it persisted and endured for a time, then due to an inability to adapt to a range of factors, including climate change, the colony collapsed. The answers were within reach, right in front of them, in fact. Had they collaborated or learned from their fellow Inuit living on Greenland, their end might have been quite different. But in being too oriented to a European mindset and likely disdainful of the Native Americans, they were unable or unwilling to change, and they met their demise. What can we learn from this? It is trite to comment on our rapidly changing world, but we do seem to be at an extraordinary juncture where access to information is exploding, and this in turn seems to be accelerating exponentially the pace of change. The recurring questions for educators lie in how to prepare young people for the world ahead. The truth is that we have little idea what the world will look like in 10 years, or what careers will be available, let alone 25 or 50 years from now. I do have faith, however, that your Lawrenceville education has equipped you with the willingness, and perhaps even more so the courage, to adapt, unlike the Norse. It may be that the best preparation is to give you the confidence and the tools to get involved when you can affect positive change, and the flexibility and wisdom to adapt when you can't. And knowing you as I do, I am quite certain that in either case, you will not sit passively as challenges arise. You will not miss seeing solutions that are right there within reach. And that you will use your confident voices not only to participate effectively, but to lead in the important debates of your time. This I find most reassuring. Before awarding diplomas, I want to give the class of 2017 the chance to recognize a few groups of people who I know have been important to you. Let's start by giving you fifth formers one final chance to say thank you to the members of the faculty who have done so much to mentor, guide, and shape you into the young adults you've become. Would the faculty please stand so the members of the class of 2017 may thank and applaud you. And one other critically important expression of gratitude to the families of the class of 2017. Thank you for the many sacrifices you have made to send your children to Lawrenceville. You've entrusted to our care your greatest treasure. Your children make Lawrenceville what it is. And for these fleeting few years when you allowed us to have them in our care, they animated our lives with their endless humor and good cheer, their inquisitive minds, their kind hearts, and their loyal spirits. For that, we are truly grateful. Would the families of the class of 2017 please stand to be recognized by the fifth form and by the faculty? Before going on to the graduation prizes, it is our practice to acknowledge at graduation students who have gained admission to any of the United States military service academies. As we announced yesterday at the prize ceremony, Ryan Verducci has been appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. On behalf of the school community, thank you for your service. Ryan, please stand and give a word.
Hey, Ryan.
It is now my pleasure to present prizes to two exceptional members of the class of 2017. The Edward Sutliff Brainerd Prize is given annually by the faculty to the fifth form student whom they hold in the highest esteem. A game changer, writes one teacher, and his college counselor recommends him for his intellectual curiosity, unshakable moral force of character, and spirited presence in the community. This year's recipient is a stellar leader, scholar, and athlete who exemplifies our highest ideals at Lawrenceville. He is strikingly modest, has an extraordinary intellect, an inspiring passion for learning, and a generous spirit. His advisor commented, "Never have I met a student, and rarely have I met a person as reflective, self-aware, and empathic as this young man. Neither have we." Varsity captain, Healy Scholar, and Vice President for Academics on Student Council, his recognitions and honors extend beyond campus, including his selection for the prestigious Jefferson Scholars Award, which takes just 30 students out of over 2,000 nominations nationwide. However, he won't be going on to UVA. Instead, Harvard University will be enriched by his presence next year, as we have been. It is my pleasure and privilege to award this year's Edward Sutliff Brainerd Prize to Angel Mohammed from West Hampton, New Jersey.
gonna.
The Trustees Cup. The Trustees Cup is awarded annually by the headmaster on behalf of the Board of Trustees to that student who has most influenced the school for good. This year's recipient is a leader and visionary of exceptional character and integrity, and who has had a positive impact on countless aspects of campus life. Teachers refer to his humble demeanor, deep desire to lift up others, genuine curiosity, razor-sharp attention to details, and unquenchable appetite for scholarly work. In short, as his advisor this year stated, he is something of a superhero. Yes, indeed, he seems to leap tall buildings in a single bound, but wait, there's more. He's fluent in Greek, Chinese, Spanish, and English, scored a 5 on 11 AP exams, was chosen to be a Hutchins and a Healy Scholar, an editor of the Lawrence, a co-president of the Science Club, a council member for the Interfaith Initiative, Vice President for Community Service on Student Council with over 600 hours of service himself, and a National Merit Scholarship winner. And yet, these extraordinary achievements are only exceeded by his genuine, shoulder-shrugging, self-effacing modesty. Above all, he is recognized for his kindness and generosity. As one admirer noted, Lawrenceville is a better place because this young man is here. We are sure Stanford will feel the same way in short order. On behalf of the trustees of the Lawrenceville School, I'm honored and proud to present this year's Trustees Cup to Panayotis Bandaris from Worcester, Pennsylvania.